Good morning, everyone. Welcome to North Dakota Today. I'm Kristi Larson here with Chris Berg.
On a chilly morning, a little windy morning. It was so funny. We were watching the news this morning with Isabella, and I think they cut to you in the car, and it had just the visual outside, and Isabella's like, oh, she's outside in this? I feel so bad for her.
Thank you, Isabella. It was pretty miserable. I actually said on air when we were driving on Highway 9, I kept calling it County Road 9, but it was Highway 9 going towards like Felton and Ada and stuff. It was probably the worst that I've ever driven in. I mean, we didn't even make it halfway from Glendon to Felton. We didn't even make it halfway before we turned around. And by the time we turned around, even though we were going with the wind, it just like wrapped around the car and we could barely see the lines. I was going like 10 miles an hour.
Wow.
It was really slow going and really dangerous out there. So that's why we turned around. We wanted to give people that heads up not to go there too.
It's amazing too. You gotta, I mean, Lisa Green, if you want to jump into this one, you gotta hand it to Kristi if she's able to drive, do the camera, and talk at the same time.
Do not even.
That's Kristi. She has some help.
It's gonna be things like that that's gonna get us in trouble. People are gonna think you're being serious. That is not what happened, people.
It's not. She's got a camera person with her.
But someone's gonna think you're serious, and they're gonna email our news director. I heard your reporter was out there driving and holding a mic and the camera.
It was a joke, right?
It was a joke.
I need to be careful because what goes around comes around.
But hopefully lots of people are tuning in today since there's no school for a lot of those kids.
Right.
There's a lot of businesses that are closed, lots of delays. So I think we should just jump right away into what else is coming up, Lisa.
Okay, let's talk about it. We have had some updates to our alerts. First of all, blizzard warning, it was set to expire at 9 o'clock this morning. Of course, it's 9:01, and we still have that in effect. It was extended until 1 this afternoon because we still have whiteout conditions up in that area, winds still blowing that snow around. So still some blizzard conditions in Grand Forks and in north central parts of the valley. And by the way, I-29 still closed from Fargo to the Canadian border, and lots of no travel advisories also up in that region as well. One area that's been cleared of the advisory is Devil's Lake. Still, of course, lots of snow on the roads and tough travel, but no travel advisory was lifted there. In blue, we've had our winter storm warning in Fargo and Moorhead replaced by a winter weather advisory. We're still feeling the impacts of that wind and snow, and all of us dealing with the wind chill advisory. So once the blizzard and winter weather warnings go away, we'll be stuck with the cold, and that wind chill advisory will be in effect here for this afternoon and for quite some time. We'll probably be talking about that for several days here. So a few updates given what we're seeing right now on our Storm Team Skycam network. Our camera's mounted pretty well onto our tower, and it is shaking here with the wind blowing and the visibility coming down thanks to that wind. So even in town visibility is lower, and of course open areas are going to be your biggest trouble spots today. And on I-29 in Grand Forks, of course, nobody on the road because it's closed. We're looking at some snow blowing across the road surfaces there too. So here's a look at your radar. We've watched those snow showers really start to wind down for most of us. So additional snowfall pretty much done for most. Around Ellendale down toward Aberdeen, there's a little bit of snow there. And of course over toward Bemidji and Park Rapids where you see the blue, we're dealing with snow along Highway 34 there. And even Wadena could be seeing a couple of flurries as well. So that is the one lingering area of some accumulating snow that will continue moving on. Now if you need to head to the cities this morning, maybe just hold off a little while until that clears. Of course, they're still dealing with snow in eastern and southern parts of Minnesota. So a look at our wind speeds. Gusts above 40 miles per hour, still 44 miles per hour, your gust in Fargo, 43 in Grand Forks, 40 in Fergus Falls and Oaks, and this is going to be like this through the noon hour. We're looking at 40 mile per hour gusts in areas. And speaking of blizzard or whiteout conditions, our report at the top of the hour in Fargo at Hector Airport, zero visibility out at the airport, and in Grand Forks a quarter mile. So bad in a lot of places even outside of that blizzard warning. So that's why I definitely want to be careful if you must travel. Of course, remember to practice those winter weather safety or safe driving skills. Looking at temperatures right now, 2 below in Fargo, 5 below in Grand Forks. We're watching those temperatures just kind of slide today. And in fact, wind chills are pretty brutal, 20s to 30s below. We even had a 40 below earlier, and it's going to be like that throughout the day. So This is not the kind of weather you want to get caught out in. Not only is that snow tough, but the wind chills are dangerously low here. A look at our hourly planner. So we're going to see those temperatures just kind of sliding through the day or just holding in the negative numbers below zero. We'll see the skies eventually clear, but the wind is going to be strong throughout the day. As you can see on our hourly planner, we've got wind speeds in the 20s, and these are steady or sustained winds through the afternoon hours. Gusts will likely be 30s to 40s at times. So that's going to be a problem with the fresh snow that we've just received. Eventually it does ease up tonight and we finally get a break, and you'll want to bundle up when you have to get out and clean up from this mess. We're looking at some frigid air taking over Friday and continuing through the weekend and even into next week as well. But fingers crossed, Wednesday is the warm-up. We do have an end in sight on our 7-day planner. It's just not for a while.
Is that true, or are you just saying that to make us feel good?
It does look like we've got some warmer air moving in it. It does.
She's trying to make us feel good anyway.
Right.
She can.
She might as well just like make it a 25.
You have to wait till next week to feel good. Treats is easily bribed with them. If you can get some food, then you'll be Ollie's new best friend. He does need some time to adjust to new surroundings, a little time alone to figure things out, but Ollie is a blast to be with, especially once he has a string toy. Also want to introduce you to Jameson, who melts in your arms when you hold him. Jameson will purr and purr all day long, maybe stay indoors with you all day today. Jameson is feline leukemia positive, so he can't go home with other cats that aren't positive, but that shouldn't let you stop you from meeting him because he will melt your heart. You can get more information on both of them or other animals they have up for adoption on homewardonline.org.
I love his face. Choose me.
He's like, please,
choose me.
I can snuggle with you.
All right, check out Super Dad here. This is fantastic. Rather than making snowmen, one Canadian daddy went up and he constructed an ice ship in his front yard.
How cool is this?
Playing. I love this guy.
Apparently he does it every year, builds castles for them. And look at that. Not only did he make it awesome by making it a ship sculpture this year, but he also made them a slide. There's about 250 blocks of ice that he collected from a nearby pond. And then look at that. They get to slide down. How neat. I think that's going to be something that I would never take the time to make for my friends. But if I lived by a neighbor who did, I'd be like, good
You'd be there
for you.
all the time, yeah.
Good for you. Here I come to play with my kids over there. I think it's so neat when people are able to do that.
I do too.
I saw Jody Harvilla had made some ice colored candle holders. So she'd made some colored ice things that she'd put in a container, and then when you took it out, she put them on her front step and had dyed the water when it was water, and then she put some little candles in there, so she had these colored things.
That's
on her
awesome.
steps. I think that's always kind of cool too. Today is National Milk Day. So we do have some trivia to share with you. Do you drink milk at home?
Not really.
Really?
Nah. Do you?
I love 1% milk. Oh,
really?
I could drink milk all day. I love it. I actually like milk more than water. But in the United States and Australia, those are the two world's largest exporters of milk and milk products. And throughout the world, there are more than 6 billion customers or consumers of milk and milk products. And it was in the Middle Ages that milk was called the virtuous white liquor.
White liquor.
Because alcoholic beverages were more reliable than water. Can you believe that?
Wait, milk was called the white liquor because it was more reliable than water?
Apparently. Maybe water had a little...
Maybe they were making White Russians back in the day?
Parasites or pestites in them. I don't know. I did ask the question on Facebook. I said, what kind of milk do you prefer? Because everyone grows up with something different. You know, they grew up on whole milk, or they grew up with, skim milk. And so it was kind of funny to see people say oh, I lived on a farm, so anything less than, 2% is,
water.
Too thin. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it is funny how your taste, you definitely have a preference when you're drinking it. 'Cause sometimes, since I'm a 1% milk drinker, if I ever had a whole, whole milk, a glass,
right?
it's just so thick. I feel like I should be chewing it like it's part of rice pudding or something instead of it actually being
milk.
A glass of milk, or just to pour a splash in your coffee.
But it's amazing how, like, even when you put on your cereal, it's like you're having cereal and cream with whole milk. So.
But I do like if I'm gonna eat nectarines, I do like doing like half and half or whole milk in the bowl with the nectarines, and then just a tiny bit of sugar on there, and then eating it. Oh yeah, cream with nectarines. You try it at home. It is so good.
All right.
Oh,
I'll take
so
your word
good.
on that.
I think you can do it with peaches too. Peaches with
That sounds really good.
a little bit of the whole milk or the cream, and then put a little bit of sugar in there, and then you eat it, and it's like a delicious treat.
Maybe JT will sing Prince's Peaches and Cream song.
I didn't even know that was a Prince song.
It is. We had so much fun yesterday coming up with JT titles. So if you get any fun JT songs you want to share with us,
They're also
please do.
in some of our our
Promos.
promos for the week. So have fun all week, Lisa Green and the Valley Today crew, with all of our commercials that run in the morning.
Please know that they're all jokes. We're all having fun. It's so.
We
yeah.
were just in one of those moods. Sometimes you get in those moods in the day. Today I'm a little bit like, because let me vent for a quick second. My car got stuck this morning in the parking lot at my apartment.
Oh.
Yeah, and if I would have left 5 minutes late, like if I would have been running late like I usually am, it would have been plowed out of the way. So because I was on time for once,
You weren't really on time.
I was not on time. I backed out of my garage, and all of a sudden, like, I didn't realize that snow drift that had piled up in the parking lot was that big. And my car was like, and just kind of went on its own path as I was backing up, and then I was stuck. And so then Jaron, thankfully, thankfully Jaron worked at 5 a.m., so he was up already.
Oh.
And so I was like down there trying to shovel. So then he came down and was trying to shovel. And we had 2 plows in our parking lot. And I think at first the guy didn't realize I was stuck because he just kind of sat there. And then he went to go do a different part. So when he came back and he realized, oh, this girl's stuck there, then he started moving the snow out from in front of my car. Because, like, obviously my car was stuck and in the middle. And then Jaron would be like, back up, go forward. And then to top it off, put the little cherry on top. Once we finally got my car unstuck, I had my windows down because I was like talking to Jaron when he was telling me, okay, back up a little bit, go forward, like turn your wheels this way.
Fell in?
My window is stuck down. So then I'm driving on I-94 with my window frozen down. Just the one, not both windows, but just the one on the passenger side.
I was driving to work this morning with all windows up, and it was cold because you could feel the wind like blowing through your car. I could only imagine.
I was so mad. And then, so did
you turn Filthy on and just turn it up?
I did not. It did not pop on the radio. So then I got to work and I was like, I don't know what to do because my window's stuck down. It's snowing and it's blowing everywhere. So I finally, I snuck it into our garage over there.
Engineers.
I'm sorry, don't kick me out yet. So I have to go, after this, I have to go to the car shop. Hopefully, though, I heard a couple accidents when we were in the newsroom on the scanner of people now going in the ditches and stuff. Because there's more cars out, which means there's probably more accidents. So
but
I know there's other people having worse days than me, but
let's pull a Lisa Green right here, and we'll put, the shiny sunlight on top of this.
Yes.
What's the good news that can come out of the story?
I had a car to get to work today.
No, you deserve a new car.
Oh.
You need a new car,
Hey, Jaron, let's buy me a new car that can actually handle some snow drifts in the parking lot.
Yes. Don't you need like a nice Land Rover or Toyota 4Runner or something like that?
I don't know if I'd want a Land Rover. What
or
kind
like
of car
nice
would I want?
SUV that you could bop around in?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sunroof.
Oh, I don't even care about sunroofs anymore. I used to be so adamant that I wanted one. Now I'm kind of like, especially in the winter, I'm like, is this shut all the way? I feel like air's coming in. As long as it has heat and a car starter, that's been my like new one requirement.
The one thing?
That's been one thing that I'm like, I cannot have.
You need the heated seats.
No, I don't. But Jaron in our new car does, and every time I'm in it, I'm like, I think I should drive the new car.
Yeah. I
Maybe
agree.
we'll switch after what happened to me today.
I was going to say, let Jaron deal with the window stuff.
Okay, well, we have a lot to get here on North Dakota today. Thank you for letting me vent, everyone. If you need to vent, you send us a message. I'll feel bad for you. But coming up on our show, Jill Coleman, she's going to make us feel good. She's going to be talking about some natural and traditional skincare items and products that we could use this winter and more, so stick around.